Hey everyone who's watching, just first off, I just want to thank you for volunteering to be a part of GLOW this year. I think we saw some very good things last year, and I'm really excited to have you guys on board this year. I wanted to just make this quick video just to discuss a couple of things that we didn't get to in our meeting, especially for those who weren't there. This will make things a lot more easier to understand and make a lot more sense. The first thing I want you guys to look at is things that we've had the last couple of years, but we have these notebooks. And so we add a couple things and tweaked them a little bit. So here's what the notebook looks like. Obviously, we'll have their check-in sheets in there, just like normal. Particularly for elementary, we want to make sure if we can get updated phone numbers from parents, just in case for some reason we really do need to get a hold of them. So we'll send out some notes on the first few nights as well to have their parents fill out and get their information like that. So make sure when you have your kids come, make sure they're signing in. There'll be a big sign this year that make sure as they go that way and sign in. The next thing is things we've always had is just our emergency plan. We want to make sure if there is something that happens that we're aware of what we need to do when that happens. So that covers fire, tornado, and even an active shooter situation. That tells you where to go, what to do, whatever building you're in. So make sure you look at that and just are familiar with it, but I hope we never actually have to deal with anything such as that. Then we have our rules, our GLOW rules: give respect, listen to learn, own your actions, welcome everyone. We want to make sure we're just spewing that on people, that they know what's expected of them, that we want people to feel like they should be there, because everyone should feel like they are welcome here at our church, and that we give everybody respect and that we value everybody's opinions and thoughts. Then we have our 3 Re's that we introduced later in that year. Just our action plan of if someone is disobeying the rules, request, this is what we need you to do, this is what we want you to do. Please do that, or else we're going to have to reseat you, get you away from the situation, and hopefully that would solve some of the issues. And if not, then we're just going to have to remove you for a week, and that's worst case scenario. But it has happened to have we have had to do that in the past, and so if we do get to that point, whoever is in charge of that student, get together with me and we'll have a discussion and tell them our next steps with them. Then it also has some important dates on there that are in our big schedule, just our nights off for homecoming and Thanksgiving and all those things. Those are in there as well that you guys can look at. And then our nightly schedule is in there, as well as our yearly schedule that again highlights our nights off, but also tells you what's going on at what time for each group. Not much has changed other than junior, senior high will stay in the sanctuary after music is done for about 10 to 15 minutes for a combined large group lesson, and then you guys will have 45 minutes or so to go and do small groups to discuss that little short devotion lesson, or you guys also have the option of doing another study on your own, and some of you have already told me that you'll continue to do that, and that is fine. As well. The last thing you'll have in your notebook that obviously isn't in there yet is that you will have access to that week's lesson, will be printed out there. You'll also have next week's lesson if you want to look at that in advance. We'll also send that out online through the Facebook message as well. But that'll show you exactly what's being talked about in those large group sessions. And then we'll also include small group material that goes along with that lesson, as well as some activities as well if it pertains to it. Lastly, I just want to talk a couple things about, why are we doing this? Why are we doing GLOW? And I might be looking at this paper a little bit, but I wanted to write down kind of specifically what I wanted to say. And I wrote that our goal is building authentic relationships with the students that we have by living out Christ's love with them. We do want to teach Bible, obviously, but our main goal is to just build authentic relationships with them and give them a safe place to come for a couple hours every week. One of the quotes that I love, and if you've ever came into my office, you know that I have a wall of quotes that continues to build almost every single day. But one of the things that they said that I really like was, our goal is to emphasize how the Bible relates to today while honoring why the passage was written in the first place. So when it comes to our lessons and our small group time, it's really important that we put an application in. What do we want you to take away from this? Not we learned about whatever it is today. We learned about this Bible story, but why does it matter to me? What am I supposed to do with it? There's an author, his name is Dan Scott, and he said, our job is to move students from learning facts about the Bible to finding themselves in the Bible. So, where am I in God's story? How am I valuable to God, and the fact that we are all children of God. Someone else said, a student's ability to stay engaged is directly related to their level of interest in and perceived importance of the environment that they are in. So we want to make sure that everything we do is showing them that this is valuable to them, that there is value in what we are doing on Wednesday nights and in every aspect of what we do. And so the one thing I want to make sure we're consciously reminding ourselves is that we need to give off the impression, and hopefully this is true, that we want to be there so that they will see that it is important to us, and hopefully they will also find that important. If we keep giving off that we could be doing other things, which is true, but if we give off that this is kind of a hindrance to us to be involved in Glow and in their lives, then that would really affect their mentality and might even send them to not want to come back. So we want to make sure we're trying to show them that we value this because we feel it has value to us, leading and volunteering and serving as Christ told us to do. But it's also important to them because we also want to teach them how to be servants of God and to build those relationships with Jesus that some of them haven't even started yet. So I'm really excited that we're getting started here in just a couple of weeks, but that's all I have for now. If I have missed anything, if I remember something, I'll probably make another video. But thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions right now or any concerns, please get a hold of me as soon as possible. But I hope you guys have a great day. Blessings.